Welcome to day 26 of Mastering Astral Projection. So today we are repeating everything that we've been doing this week with the primary energy center stimulation, and today we're moving up to the throat center. So nothing else has really changed today other than that. I did want to mention a couple of things. There is one other action that he's mentioned called the wrapping action. I guess it's kind of the opposite of tearing. So you imagine that you're like wrapping your energy center up in like an ace bandage or something. And then you could do the tearing afterward and rip it off. So if you want to try that out for doing a primary energy center stimulation technique, you could do that. The other thing I wanted to note is that if you are having any trouble activating the energy centers, he suggests going on a low-fat, low-protein vegetarian diet for a couple of weeks, because he says that can make a difference. Another thing that will help also is exercise, and also various forms of fasting. So my experience so far still is that I'm barely feeling anything. Sometimes a little bit more than others, but considering that there's so much in this week about overstimulation, I'm feeling very understimulated, and I do exercise every day, and I fast once a week already. So I don't know, I mean, that's the whole purpose of doing this video log, which is, what happens or doesn't happen as a result of this experiment. So, I'm not a vegetarian, but I do eat a lot of vegetables, and I try and keep my meat intake low. So, would it make a difference if I went on a full vegetarian diet? I'm not sure. I'm considering it because I want to, see why it is I'm not feeling this great amount of energy stimulation in these areas. So he also talks about if you feel choking or suffocation in the throat area, you can also breathe into them, or ignore them as best you can, because they will subside. He also says that the throat center is heavily involved in astral projection, so which is not something that I have heard of before. So you might want to consider that stimulating the throat as a very important aspect of these primary energy center stimulation exercises. Yeah, I think that's about the most important parts of this. So anyway, good luck. Oh, there's one more little tidbit that Brian Mercer talks about. He said, if you're having trouble activating the primary energy centers, he said, imagine that they're like a camera shutter, opening and closing, and using your body awareness make it go faster and faster. So that could be an alternative to all the other techniques that we've been talking about: the brushing, the stirring, the tearing. So imagine that it's opening and closing rapidly. So, right. Oh, there's one more little tidbit that Brian Mercer talks about. He said, if you're having trouble activating the primary energy centers, he said, imagine that they're like a camera shutter, opening and closing, and using your body awareness make it go faster and faster. So that could be an alternative to all the other techniques that we've been talking about: the brushing, the stirring, the tearing. So imagine that it's opening and closing rapidly. So